Ordinary average guy podcast show. Thank you very much for that lovely intro. My Lord. Oh, that was fantastic. Thank you very much. Yeah, no problem. All right. See you later. All right. Welcome to episode number 5 of the Ordinary Average Guy podcast show starring J. Ken. That's me. You got him. Episode number 5. Donovan McNabb. Jeff Garcia when he played for the 49ers. And Paul Hornung. Can't forget about good old Paul Hornung. Oh, man, if a guy could go back and party with him. Sign me up. All right, episode number 5. I got this one out a little late. Apologize about that. Obviously, it's been a busy weekend. Mother's Day weekend, of course. I have a wife, and I have children. So, of course, I need to, pick it up a little bit on Mother's Day weekend. Am I wrong here? I mean, it's called Mother's Day, okay? Not Mother's Day weekend. But I feel like it's kind of turning into a weekend thing. It's kind of like when people celebrate their birthday week, or I've even heard people, it's their birthday month. No. Day. The main word in both of those are day. And I need you all to understand that. Before I get into the show here, I was thinking about the first 4 episodes. I've gotten some decent reviews, people coming up to me and saying, hey, very good job. Some constructive criticism, like, hey, you could do better, stuff like that. And I will be honest with you, I was reflecting on the first 4 episodes, and I mentioned this last week too. I do sometimes feel like my first 20 minutes just aren't as strong as it could be. Now, again, this is a new thing. We're evolving. We're trying new things out. But I was debating on if I should change this up a little bit. And I think I'm going to try something different. See, right now, the first 20 minutes or so, I just kind of talk. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. And this is about the time where you're debating, should I turn it off? Should I leave it on? Leave it on. Leave it on, because we're trying something new. The first 20 minutes is I just talk, like I said. And then I roll into emails, right? I get emails. I get messages from, my fan base. I don't know if you saw this on Facebook or not, but I did a little shout out to the OAGs out there. That's you guys. That's the fans. Fan. Let me know when I can make that plural. I would love to make that plural. But for now, my fan out there, you're an OAG. So if you want to be an OAG, let me know, and we'll get that going. Anyway, so I'm going to change it up a little bit. So I get my emails, right? So we do answer any questions you have, and then we go into unordinary opinion, which has become a kind of my favorite part of the show, to be honest with you. At first I was kind of skeptical, and then now it's actually like, I don't know, and I kind of like the name too. I did not like the name at all. If you remember, I was very avid against unordinary opinion, but I have since changed my thought on that, because the name of the show is Ordinary Average Guy Podcast Show. I thought it was kind of funny. Unordinary opinion. Maybe I can still switch the word opinion. Maybe I'll go on Microsoft Word and see what a synonym is for opinion and change it. But I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So then we go into an unordinary opinion, and then we finish the show with, I think, on a high note, with Song of the Week. High note. Pun intended. We're going to change this up a little bit this week. So now we're going to do 4 segments. We're not going to do just me blabbering for 20 minutes. we're going to do something different. I'm adding a segment, okay? And what it is topic of the week. And I'm excited for this. I hope this takes off. I hope people like it. But I think it's a nice, strong way to start the show. Topic of the week. Every week I will pick a topic. I will do a little bit of investigating on it, do a little bit of research on it. No, don't worry. You can still keep your brain turned off. I will do all the work. I will try to make it entertainable, and entertaining. Oh boy, I'll try to make it entertaining, and then we'll roll into the emails and the messages. Then we'll roll into unordinary opinion, and then we will end again on a high note with Song of the Week. So that is going to be how we're going to do the show today. We'll see how it goes, and then potentially that's how we'll do it going forward. So the first topic of the week. How can we not have the topic be Mother's Day? We just went through it. Mother's Day, Sunday. And I will say that I think that it was somewhat of a successful Mother's Day. I would say we of course spent the Saturday. We spent the day with my mom, with my siblings and our families, and then on Sunday we went to church. Yeah, that's right. You heard that correctly. We went to church. Got up in the morning, and then we went out for. It wasn't dinner. It was later in the afternoon, but it wasn't quite supper. It was I would call it dupper. We went out for dupper, kind of a play on the word brunch, but again, it wasn't a lunch. It was a dinner, a supper thing. So call that dupper. That's a throwback to episode 4. And then we came home. We laid around a little bit, which is something when you have 3 little kids, laying around, man, is it's the best in the world. And we laid around a little bit, and then we went over to my in-laws' house and had spaghetti and meatballs. We had a fire, and it was a great time. But like I said, it was busier than hell, and I just didn't get a chance to get this podcast out. But I did a little bit of research, just a little, on Mother's Day. And I would like to share this with you. So there's this chick, right? So back in the early 1900s, right? So think, covered Model Ts, right? Think covered wagons. Think, coal mines, right? There's this girl named Anna Jarvis. Now get this. Anna Jarvis lived from 1864 to November 24th, 1948. She is credited with starting Mother's Day. She never had any kids. From all my research that I saw, she never had her own child. So one would wonder, if she had her own child, would she even have the time to start something like this? But she started this on, let's see here. So anyway, so her mom, so Anna Maria Jarvis, okay, she had a mom, Maria Jarvis. So Anna Maria Jarvis was born to Granville E. and Anne Marie Jarvis. Okay, so the mom's name is Anne, and her name is Anna. I feel like there's not a lot of thought going into naming this, but she was born in 1864. So basically, when I read through this, Anne Jarvis was technically, she was big into celebrating mothers, okay? Well, anyway, when her daughter got older, she's the one that actually founded and made Mother's Day. On May 10th, 1908, 3 years after Anne died, Anna held a memorial ceremony to honor her mother and all the mothers at Andrews Methodist Episcopal Church. Today, the International Mother's Day Shrine in Grafton, West Virginia, making the first official observance of, oh my God, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I can't even read, for crying out loud. Marking first official observance of Mother's Day. The International Mother's Day Shrine has been designated since October 5th, 1992. So anyway, May 10th, 1908 was the first, you could say, somewhat official Mother's Day that Anna Jarvis started. Now, from there, Mother's Day kind of took off. Like, everyone was all about this Mother's Day thing, right? So, and good thing, because this is back in the, the good old days, right? This is back when you know, a man was working hard all day, he came home, and the wife, had the supper on the table kind of thing, taking care of the kids, and the man could just sit back, put his feet up, right, have a cigarette, have a whiskey, and just relax. And then the poor mother, of course, is taking care of all these 11, 12 kids, and is getting nothing in return. Well, that all changed. Hey, we'll give you a day. All right, we'll give you a day. Today is your day. Don't worry about cleaning the kitchen, right? That'll be there tomorrow. So just relax today, okay? When you're done making breakfast, put your feet up. So they started this, and it took off. Well, Woodrow Wilson. Now, you might have heard of him in history class. He was a president of the United States in the early 1900s. Woodrow Wilson made it official on May 9th, 1914. And every second Sunday of May would be Mother's Day. So the very first national Mother's Day, so Mother's Day that the country actually said, hey, today's the day, put it on the calendar, was May 10th, 1914. He's cutting it short there. He stamped it in on May 9th. Then May 10th was the first one. And I wonder, like, I'm guessing like his mom must have called him, his Woodrow Wilson's mom, gave him a call. Woody, can you make this official for all the mommies out there, please? And Wood, he was commonly called Woody by his mom. That's a fact. And his wife called him Little Willie, actually. These are all facts. You don't have to look them up. I got it right here on the paper in front of me. So anyway, he made it official in 1914, and ever since then, Mother's Day has obviously taken off. Well, here's the deal. So, Anna Jarvis, okay, she does a 180, and she says she tries to rescind Mother's Day. Okay, she started Mother's Day, and she says, no, this isn't what I wanted it to be. She was not a fan of the commercialization of Mother's Day, right? She thought this was a beautiful thing. You have your mothers. You say, you call them on the phone. You say, thank you for everything you've done. How do I turn the washing machine on again? Love you, goodbye. Right? That's what she had envisioned Mother's Day. But see, all these capitalist fat cats, right? These people with their big cigars, they're like, well, how can I make $1 on this? You know what I mean? They start making cards, right? Hallmark, right? Everyone always says that Hallmark's the one that invented Mother's Day. Well, it kind of, in a way, the Mother's Day that you and I know it. People selling cards, people selling flowers. And Anna Jarvis said, no, this isn't what I wanted. And she actually fought hard against the commercialization that overwhelmed her original message. And she went to her grave in 1943. She began organizing a petition to rescind Mother's Day, 1943. Well, the poor girl died in 1948, and yeah, it didn't work out. She created a monster, right? Like Frankenstein, kind of, in a way. And she went to the grave. She went to the grave thinking, what did I do? And now all of a sudden we have Mother's Day as we know it, a day where, um, basically wives get mad at their husbands for not buying them what they wanted. Not and I'm not saying that because that's not a personal thing or anything like that. But check this out, dude. So the commercialization, right? So people in the U.S. in 2023 spent 35.7 billion with a B dollars on Mother's Day. Okay, that in the United States soared to 35.7 billion, marking the fifth consecutive year of growth. This represented a significant 12.6% increase from the previous year. Crazy, dude. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of cards. Those are a lot of trees, man. Right? Now, if you do what I did, I got my kids. I took some paper out of the printer. I gave them some markers. And again, they don't know how to spell or anything. And I said, "Do your thing." And they drew some stick figures. Hey, this is mommy. This is me. And they went to gave it to my wife, and she loved it. I also I have a laser engraver. Yeah, that's right. You heard that right. I got a laser engraver, and I tried to make a present for my wife, and I did. But I didn't completely finish it. But check this out. On Mother's Day, a significant 74% of moms and those identifying as mother figures. Now, in the world we live in, really anybody can identify as a mother, I guess. But 74% expressed a desire to celebrate by spending quality time with their families. 74%. Now, the way they wrote the sentence, shouldn't that number be 100? Am I wrong here? Is this an unordinary opinion? That should be 100%. If you're a mother and it's Mother's Day, shouldn't you want to hang out with your kids? I don't know. I didn't like that. That should be 100. What kind of world do we live in where you don't want to spend a Mother's Day with the people that make you a mother? You know what I mean? I mean, after I hit 18 holes of golf on Father's Day, right, and I stop and get a sandwich at the tavern, I'm coming home to the kids. 78% of mothers have never been disappointed by a Mother's Day gift. 78% have never been disappointed. That's a bold-faced lie. There's no way that 78% of women were not disappointed. That's impossible. Mothers, oh, check this out. See, I've said it once. I've said it a million times. To be a guy nowadays is just it's brutal. It's brutal. Check this out. Mother's Day trumps Father's Day in popularity. Mother's Day takes the lead in popularity compared to Father's Day. Almost 9 out of 10 individuals, 88%, intend to celebrate Mother's Day, while 79 plan to observe Father's Day. What kind of crap is that? I tell you, man. Mother's Day is Mother's Day, right? I've said this a million times. Mother's Day is Mother's Day. Father's Day is essentially Mother's Day number 2, right? That Mother's Day, you do everything that mom wants to do. Father's Day, you do everything that mom thinks that dad wants to do. That's essentially kind of how that goes. But anyway, long story short, we had a pretty good Mother's Day. I hope you guys had a good Mother's Day as well. I'm glad it's behind us. And now we can get on to, get on to life. The thing is, I like that the thing is, with Mother's Day being before Father's Day, that can be good or bad, right? Because if you drop the ball on Mother's Day, well, then you kind of know you're not getting, your Father's Day is going to be ruined. Nothing good is going to happen to you. If you have, if you knock it out of the park, right, and you get the flowers, and you get the, you get the card, homemade card. That's the thing. You get a homemade card, you put some thought into it. She actually likes it. Maybe you get a present that she doesn't return. Hey, you might have maybe you'll get a decent Father's Day. You know what I mean? maybe you'll get yeah, I don't know, maybe you get a little ass on Father's Day, right? Can't complain about that. Doubtful, but maybe, Um, all right, well that is the topic of the week, Mother's Day. Um, if you have an idea for a topic that you would like me to investigate and read about and butcher the verbiage, because apparently I can't read for shit. And please email me at jkennoag@outlook.com. That is Jackson, uh, Karate, uh, Ernie, uh, Navy, um, nuptials, ordinary average guy at outlook.com. Uh, Send me your topic and I'll do some investigating. Okay, next thing on the list, ladies and gentlemen, we have some emails. We do have some emails, and I would like to get into them right now. First off, last week, if you remember, I did have an unordinary opinion where basically I'm kind of like, dude, I'm done with fruit. All right, fruit sucks. Unfortunately, at work, they have fruit there, and I'm on this health kick. Which, if you've been listening, you know I'm in this weight loss competition. I'm trying to eat healthier, and I'm, as much as I kind of don't care for fruit, I mean, obviously okay, it's probably okay for you, but I just don't like it. Anyway, long story short, I got an email from Courtney, and if you're listening to this podcast and you know who I am, you know who this is. Anyway, she's like a health nut or whatever. She's all in like healthy lifestyle BS, and she's a fruit fan. She likes fruit, and she sent me this big bad email about the glycemic index and sugar stuff. Have you read about the glycemic levels before? Just an idea to look into, you stupid idiot. That's what she said to me. It's like, crying out loud. Have some respect for a podcast host. Anyway, the glycemic index. So basically, she's got some links on here, right? So like glycemic index. So basically, that's how your body reacts to sugar. You know what I'm saying? So there's I don't know. I guess maybe sugar is not created equal. So what do we got here? Glycemic index. A low GI is below 55. A medium GI is between 56 and 69. And a high GI is above 70. Okay, so bam, here you go. So this isn't helping her case. I'll post this on Facebook. Dude, can someone explain to me how this is helping her case? Vegetables. You got asparagus, broccoli, celery, cucumber, lettuce, peppers, spinach, tomatoes. They're all 15, right? That's low. Chickpeas, 33. Cooked carrots, 39. Everything is low GI with vegetables. But look at the fruit. A watermelon. A watermelon is 72. Ice cream is 61. Okay. Well, I'm going to take ice cream every day of the week. Fruit yogurt, 36. Pineapple, 66. Okay, again, I'm taking fruit yogurt every day of the week. Okay, either I can eat a mango or drink chocolate milk. Chocolate milk's a 35. A mango's 56. I don't get this. This is not a good argument for fruit. I had an apple today, and I'm so... Oh, I will choke down the fruit. I had an apple today, and I bit into it, and all the juices just squirt all over your face. It's like literally disgusting, and you're all sticky. You feel like Jenna Jameson or something. It's just gross. I don't know why people like fruit. I just don't get it. I like a good apple pie, right? I like banana bread. For Mother's Day, we went out for... Well, I'm just going to call it what it is. It was brunch, right? Brunch. And we went out, and I was with my son, and we were getting food, and I had his plate. I'm helping him out, and we get to the end, and there's like cake, dessert, cookies, and stuff like that. And he's like, ooh, I want blueberry. That's what he said. And I'm looking for like a blueberry muffin. And I'm like, I don't see any blueberry muffins. And he's like, no, blueberries. And he walks over to the fruit. And he wants blueberries. And then he wants strawberries. And I'm just thinking, my wife's doing a fantastic job with those kids when it comes to eating. They're going to have good health. I mean, here I am with 2 carrot cakes, and he's got like, berries and strawberries and, protein. And but apparently it's high glycemic index. So I don't know. Maybe I should tell him not to eat that crap. But anyway, I'll post this on the Facebook. If someone can explain to me why it's okay to eat a 72 glycemic index watermelon and it's not okay to eat a 71 whole wheat bread, please tell me. I don't know. I am an idiot. I got another message here. Let's look into it here. Again, you can also find me on Facebook at the Ordinary Average Guy Podcast Show. Please find me. Send me messages on there as well. Here we go. Now this message is from California. Look at that. From Kristen. She sent me a message here. J. Ken, that's me. I thought I better ask your opinion on something. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm reading this here, right? This is exactly what I'm looking for. Exactly. I want to answer your problems. I want to answer your questions. I want to give you life advice from just some idiot sitting in a basement talking to himself. That's what I want to do. J. Ken, I thought I better ask your opinion on something. Recently, I was at an indoor-outdoor brewery, and it was trivia night. Hey, now we're talking. I love a good trivia night. Now, I am not a participant in trivia events, but it was kind of fun to think about if we knew the answers. Dude, I love watching Jeopardy, right? Jeopardy, Is there a better feeling in the world than watching Jeopardy and like getting a question correct? And I have maybe 2 or 3 times in my life, they've said a question. I've gotten it right. And those 3 people didn't even buzzer. I shit you not. That is a true story. Believe it or not. Wheel of Fortune also. The wheel. That's how you know you're getting old. That's how you know you're getting old. I watched the Wheel of Fortune, right? It's on, something like 6:30 or something like that. And then right after that on MeTV, you got the Andy Griffith Show. I literally am like a 60-year-old person in a 36-year-old man's body. Okay, I gotta get back. Yes, I can't decide if I liked or disliked the guy running the trivia night. I could not stand the fact that he played a full song between, in all caps, every question. Yeah, dude. I'm not digging it. I'm not digging that either. Like, what a way to keep people buying drinks all night long. Yeah, capitalist fat pigs smoking their big cigars. Play that song a little longer there, DJ. But on the other hand, he used the songs to give a clue. So that was kind of cool. For example, one question was, what type of animal is the most venomous? Spider, snake, jellyfish, Komodo God, I'm so stupid. Komodo dragon? Then he plays Is This Love by Whitesnake. Is this love that I'm feeling? I wish he would have played Still the Night by Whitesnake. That would have been cooler. That would have been cool. As a matter of fact, if he would have not played the whole song, then I would have been probably pissed off. Still the Night. So for our entire cocktail and dinner, I had this love-hate relationship with the whole situation. I would really like a final answer. Should this be a trivia host that I give a thumbs up or thumbs down? Ooh, I'll be honest with you. I wish there was something in the middle because to Guy, this sounds like a fun time. This sounds like a great time, actually. Trivia night. I've played a few trivia nights when the kids are older and I can kind of sneak away from the house and maybe me and the wife will go to more. But and the guy does sound like a cool dude. You know, he's playing cool tunes and stuff. I will say though, that would get old. You know, you got a song that's 4 minutes, especially those old classic rock songs. You know, those are 4 minutes long, 4 minutes and 30 seconds. That's a long time. And if I remember correctly, when you go to a trivia night, there's quite a few questions. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking what they should have done. So I'm gonna give this guy. I'm giving him a thumbs up. Okay, I'm gonna give him a thumbs up because he sounds like a cool dude, or girl. I don't know. Did you say what he was? So then I can. Yeah. Is it? Then he. Yeah, he. All right. Okay. Got it. You know, you're just never sure. No, you got to. You're just never sure. So he's a cool dude. It sounds like, but I think someone should go to him and say, "Hey, come on, buddy. You know, give us a minute to answer the question." But that's another thing too. What are the rules? What are the rules of the game? Do you have 4 minutes to answer the question? I feel like that's not the case. When I did trivia a couple times, I did it. It's like yeah, you got like a minute. I think. I don't know. I do not know. But if those are the rules that you have 4 or 5 minutes to answer the question, well then of course it makes sense. You know, I don't think this is on the guy. I don't think this is his fault. I think you should give him a thumbs up. And maybe, just maybe, you know, ask what are the rules of the game because that also feels like a long time to answer a question. Like I literally answered that question in 2 seconds because I knew the band was Whitesnake and you told me. But I think you should give him a thumbs up and maybe just ask the question, why do you have such a long period of time to answer this question? You know, in my mind it should be a minute to a minute and a half. You play the song as the clue, and that's all you really need. So I hope that answered your question. I hope you give them a good Yelp review. I don't even know, is that something you do on Yelp? Or is that more of a Google review thing? I am not sure. I have never given a bad review ever in my life, and I wanted to, but I never have. My wife one time wrote up a review on a restaurant, and she was pissed, and she didn't send it. She didn't do it. She was good. She was so mad. We were on our way back from Minnesota, and we're coming down the highway, and we're just starving, and we're coming into I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say the city, just in case you. I don't want to run. You know, I don't. It's just in case you know the place. But what the hell? We come running to Wausau, right? Wausau. That's how you say it. Wausau in Wisconsin. You say Wausau, and there's a restaurant in there that, you know, the pictures and all that stuff, the menu and stuff like that. It's like, oh, cool. You know, this seems like a cool place, like a nice place. And, you know, not that we got to go to some fancy joint, don't get me wrong, but we were kind of like in the mood for, you know, we didn't want to go to like an Arby's or nothing like that. We want to go to a place that, you know, you can only go if you're driving through Wausau, for example. And we went to this place, and I wanted to go somewhere else too. So I'm not going to lie to you. And you can probably tell this about me, but when it comes between me and food, if I get let down, kind of ruins my day. And this ruined my day, but it ruined all of our days. We went there, and we just kind of walked in the door, and we're like, dude, this isn't what we signed up for at all. And as you know, kind of a bad experience. So at the end of the day, whatever, you know, it is what it is. Big deal. You go on with your life. But we were hungry, and we had the opportunity to go to a different place that I was pushing for. and we didn't, and we went to this place instead, and we were just all like, oh, we could have had that, and we got this instead. And she was she wrote this review, and she was gonna post it, and she didn't. Um, and that should be a life lesson for you guys. Before you hit, yes, exactly. That's a life lesson. Before you press the send button in this internet, uh, um, you know, bully internet world we live in, write what you need to, give it 5-10 minutes, and think, should I send this? Is this something that I should do? Is this going to help the situation? Because 9 out of 9 times it's not. It's not going to help. So that's exactly what we did, and we did not post it. But we're not going to go there ever again. So those are the emails. Those are the messages. Again, you can hit me up at jkenoag@outlook.com. That is Jack Kramer, enormous Nazi. I don't know. maybe it starts with an N. It starts. Oh, okay. The N words, you gotta be careful with the N words, I guess. Shoot. Nagasaki. I don't even know. I think that's a city in Japan in World War II. Okay, this is going off the rails. Ordinary average guy at outlook.com. Again, and then you can find me on Facebook as well. So that's that. We had a topic of the week. We had emails. Now we're on to unordinary opinion. 2 weekends ago. So I was going to talk about this maybe last week, and then I decided not to, because I wanted to give it some time, and I wanted to think about it. But I don't know if I really said this or not, but I'm a huge Seinfeld fan. And I've seen him do stand-up. Fantastic. I've seen every episode, 10 times over. And when I saw that he was coming out with a new movie, I was ecstatic. We watched the Bee Movie. It's a cartoon. Like, we watch it with the kids. It's a cartoon where he's a bee, and he kind of like has a fling with a real life woman. And I don't know. I think it's a fun movie. That one I don't think got the greatest reviews either, if I remember correctly. But it's a fun movie to watch with the kids. And even by yourself, it's a fun movie to watch, I think. Anyway, so I was excited when Unfrosted from Netflix, it was going to drop on May 3rd or something. So yeah, around 2 weeks ago. And I watched it right away. Now, I will say that I did have... Well, let's just get into the reviews here. So, Unfrosted, Rotten Tomatoes, 2 out of 5 stars. 42% it got. So I mean, it's not doing so hot. Unfrosted is a stupid and silly story that will go over the heads of the younger set and make the older set strain to remember why it was funny back in the day. Alan NG Film. Unfrosted just feels like one massive missed opportunity from start to finish. Jerry Seinfeld occasionally injects a bit of life into the stale satire, but any interesting moment is immediately followed by an unfunny gag. Austin Burke, Flick Fan Nation is his website. Cameron Meyer. Unfrosted might be the best commercial ever made, but it's not much of a movie. Wow. Anyone could be a critic. These are great. Aaron Newworth, We Live Entertainment. For a big, broad comedy such as this, it will never help when the stars think they are being funny. It's the downfall of plenty of comedies from some of the brightest comedic minds. Oh my goodness. Um, Justin Harrison, the spool. If you want a Pop Tart, have a Pop Tart. There are so many better options than unfrosted. So obviously, there's a lot of people that did not like this movie at all. And I will be honest with you, when I started watching it, it took me a little bit because I'm used to Seinfeld, the show, and of course I was kind of thinking it would be maybe similar to that, but this isn't at all. It is goofy, and it's silly. Um, but I disagree with everything those people said. I found it to be absolutely. Oh, I loved it. I loved it, and I thought all the characters did a fantastic job. The casting in this movie was phenomenal. Jim Gaffigan or whatever is Mr. Kellogg, hilarious, and Melissa McCarthy was in there, kind of as like Jerry's like right hand man or whatever. I mean, but to me personally, oh, dude, Hugh Grant, right? Hugh Grant, like, like he's like a legit actor. I think his name's Hugh Grant. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Hugh Grant, right. So he's like a legit actor or whatever, right? And he's in this movie as Tony the Tiger. So yes, don't get me wrong. This is not like a Judd Apatow movie where, it's funny and then it gets all serious and you have to think real hard, and it's like you have to question stuff, and then it's like funny again. It's not one of those. Hey, there's an unordinary opinion. Not a fan of Judd Apatow. All right, okay. I like heavyweights. Disney's heavyweights. Ben Stiller and a bunch of other people, and that's a great movie. Judd Apatow had something to do with that. He had something to do with the Cable Guy. That is another unordinary. So, okay, that's another unordinary opinion. A lot of people don't like the Cable Guy. I love it. Long story short, the newer Judd Apatow movies, I don't know, dude. It's like, do they gotta be 3.5 hours long? Do they always have to be like, can't you just make a funny movie? It's just funny. And that's what I liked about Unfrosted. It's just funny. There is no thinking. Like, kind of like this podcast. There is no thinking. It's just funny bits, funny jokes, just funny things. And Fred Armisen, and now this is the thing, like when I watch a movie, I look at like facial expressions, just things that they do with their hands. I'm really dialed into that. Fred Armisen is in this movie for literally like 5 minutes of the movie, and he's only in like 2 minutes of it, and he's just so damn funny. And he does this thing with his hands. And you would watch it, and if you're not watching, you're totally gonna miss it. And if you do catch it, you're gonna be like, "What the hell is Jake talking about? What's so funny about that?" But it's just the brilliance of being the character and just like embodying that or whatever. Look at me talk all artistic. I am a former stand-up comedian, and I have done some acting, and I play guitar. So yeah, I've read a book, or I've read 2 of them. So that's what I loved about this movie. It's just a good, silly, lighthearted movie. And yeah, I mean these people are like, these reviews are kind of like, I don't know what are they, it's like, I don't know. That's why you can't, that Rotten Tomatoes bullshit is just pisses me off, because I think they watch every movie like it's going to be Schindler's List. It's like, no, we're just being goofballs. Can't a guy just be a goofball? And that's what this movie is. So I'm going to tell you right now, go into it knowing that it's not going to be like, it's very like, I guess like Anchorman-ish kind of funny, like where it's just like stuff that would obviously never happen and it just happens. It's just funny. Like, be open minded and just like, hey, I just want to have a good time. I want to watch this, and I think you'll enjoy it. I'm disagreeing with these people. That's my unordinary opinion this week. Unfrosted Netflix. It's got the J. Ken stamp of approval. I got two thumbs up on that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to that point of the show, the moment you've all been waiting for. All right, this week's song of the week, right? So, um, the last couple of weeks here, I've been kind of doing, kind of like slower acoustic-y kind of stuff. We did "Don't Fear the Reaper" because that was kind of in honor of the whole Windows Down, Radio Up movement that I'm trying to do here. We did "Canola Fields" by James McMurtry, which I just still absolutely love. Last week we did, I believe, "She Talks to Angels" by the Black Crowes. This week we're changing it up a little bit. We're going to go heavy. Okay. Now, when I say heavy, I'm not talking like Slayer or anything like that. I'm just talking, some distortion. Some distortion and some heavy riffs. And to be honest with you, I kind of had a week last week. I was kind of. You ever get in a mood? You ever kind of get in a mood, and you're not really sure why? It's not a mood where you're gonna wrap your car around a telephone pole on purpose. It's not one of those moods. It's just kind of just like a, I just gotta listen to I gotta listen to something heavy. I can't hear some guy just pluck a guitar. I want to hear somebody, fucking strum a guitar hard, heavy, and that's what I did. This is, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite song of all time. Favorite song of all time. Last week I was kind of having a week. On Friday on the way home from work, I'm like, dude, I gotta listen to this song. I turned it on and I just cranked it and kind of banged my head and I sang my lungs out. And again, this is my favorite song of all time. And it's been for the last 20 years. This song, "Megalomaniac" by the band Incubus, came out in 2004 on their album "A Crow Left of the Murder." And I remember this got, I feel like, just a little bit of airplay on the radio. Just a little, because I remember hearing it, and I remember exactly, one of those deals. You remember exactly where it was. And it just, I'm just like, I remember seeing my buddy Ben, and to this day, I think it's one of his favorite songs too. My buddy Ben, and he, I know you're listening, Ben. Hey, Ben, how you doing? And he was a big fan too. Like, this is, and I'm not like a huge Incubus fan by any means. I mean, I like them. I like Incubus. I like their music. But this particular song, I don't know, man. It just is killer. It is killer, and I highly recommend you look this song up. Now, it kind of starts off like with a weird, like a scratchy, like I don't know, it's just a weird sound, and then there's like a build up, right? There's a build up, I don't know. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm gonna totally butcher it, but there's a build up, right? And this goes on for like a minute, and you're just kind of anticipation is building, and all of a sudden it just goes, bam, and it just goes hardcore, and there's just some killer lines in here that's fun to sing to, and I will say that back in the day, it was, I think, that was when Bush was president, and everyone's like, oh, it's about Bush, it's about George Bush, blah, blah, blah. And I found this today, actually. The lead singer says that the song is not specifically targeting anybody. The song's meaning pertains to megalomaniacs in general, with a particular emphasis on El Guapo from the American comedy film Three Amigos, which is also one of my favorites. So, favorite song, one of my favorite movies. I did not know that little tidbit, so there's a little tidbit for you. So anyway, guys, I'm out. Check out Megalomaniac. Crank it loud, dude. I'm serious. It's freaking killer. Check out Unfrosted, right? Watch it. Dude, I love it. Watch it. I'm telling you, it's good stuff. Send me those emails. Send me the messages. And if you, for some odd reason, totally forgot it was Mother's Day, send her a quick, drop her a line, man. She's pissed. I know she's pissed. All right? Mothers don't forget about you missing to say, hey, on Mother's Day. Did that rhyme? Mothers? I'm going to have to listen back. I thought it rhymed. I thought it sounded pretty cool. All right, later, fellas. Bye.